With the growing medium of video games, we've seen more and more instances of Hollywood attempting to adapt these beloved video game franchises into movies or TV shows. These adaptations have found a varying degree of success. Adaptations like the Fallout and Last of Us shows have been great. However, there have been many others, like the Halo show and the Monster Hunter movie, that were, well, not very good. Many of them aren't faithful to the source material at all, and change the core identity of what makes that franchise special to create a movie or show that ends up feeling like generic Hollywood stuff. Resident Evil is one of the biggest offenders of this. As Resident Evil fans, we've gotten a saga of 6 movies, a reboot movie, and a TV show, all of them completely missing the mark. The Paul W.S. Anderson films started off interesting, but after the first 2, they just completely ended up falling off. Welcome to Raccoon City was actually relatively faithful, but it was extremely low budget and made some very questionable plot decisions. And don't get me started on the Netflix show. These constant failures have stirred up quite a bit of frustration within the Resident Evil community, and have led many of us to creating fan films of our own. Today's video is going to be very different. I'm going to be going over some of the best Resident Evil fan films that I've found while scouring the internet, and are perfect examples of what a Resident Evil adaptation should be. I will be linking all of these fan films in the description below, so if you're interested in seeing any of them, go check them out and subscribe to the channels that make them. Without further ado, let's dive into the world of survival horror. Biohazard 1998 is a film created by Nunnery Films and follows a new take on the Raccoon City incident. Its runtime is only 8 minutes long, that's including the credits, so it's a very easy and laid-back film to watch. This film just follows Leon, traversing throughout the RPD, trying to find a way out. There's no dialogue in this film at all either, so it's just pure cinematography. Just Leon trying to escape, Leon trying to survive. I was blown away when I first saw this film. Because of the fact that, it's a very short film, I wasn't expecting much out of it when I initially clicked on the thumbnail to watch it. But it was short and sweet. It's a very good film, and is by far better than anything Hollywood has produced. So yeah, go check out the film in the description below, and subscribe to Nunnery Films. This next film is a film by 2 Ronin Pictures called Biohazard. Just to be clear, this film doesn't have any correlation with Biohazard 1998, it just has a similar name. This film's runtime is 26 minutes, and it's very interesting. It roughly follows the events of Resident Evil 1, however it puts a big spin on it. Instead of this film taking place in 1998 following Chris, Joe, Wesker, Barry, and all of those characters, it takes place in more modern times, in 2016 following a completely new cast of characters. It's still in the Arklay Mountains, it still follows stars, and Raccoon City is still in there. However, it's all completely new, it's all completely fresh. Different characters, different time period, but same main premise. It delves a lot deeper into the psychological side of the horror, and it's just a very high quality film all around. I highly recommend checking it out in the description because it just feels like Resident Evil. This final film is by none other than the legendary Residents of Evil, called The Keeper's Diary, a Biohazard story. This film functions as a retelling of one of the most infamous journal entries in all of gaming, one where an Umbrella researcher slowly succumbs to the T-virus. This film's runtime is 20 minutes long, and it probably has the highest production value out of all of the films on this list so far. And I mean, you can tell. The CG, the cinematography, it's all up there. Check out The Residents of Evil and check out this great fan film. These 3 short movies have managed to top Hollywood's attempts at Resident Evil, which should definitely be applauded. Even though that's not saying much, we should still spread support for these films to spread knowledge about what exactly a good Resident Evil adaptation should be. Hopefully, one day somebody in Hollywood will see this and finally understand what it means. Until then, I'll see you all next time, and thank you for watching.